dream I know deep up my feelings for you. Watch.
The headlines: Forest crisis, Labour blames government officials. But before I proceed with the news, welcome to Reality Latest Gist, your home of news and politics. Thank you all so much for joining us on today's news. If this is your first time of watching, please do us a favor to like and subscribe, and also turn notification bell to get notified when next we drop our video. You can send in your comments and keep the conversation lively in our comment section. To all our amazing subscribers, thank you all so much for joining us on today's news. We really do appreciate. To all our viewers out there, feel relaxed, enjoy and stay tuned. The Nigerian Labour Congress on Sunday lamented the devastating impact of the forest crisis on the economy, and they demanded urgent stabilization of the naira. The Nigerian Labour Congress President Joe Ajaero, who said this in a statement on Sunday, blamed government officials love for foreign luxury products for the free fall of the national currency. Ajaero warned that the economy was at risk of a wave of devastating consequences if the naira failed to stabilize against the American dollar. The warning came ahead of the organized labor and the federal government meeting scheduled to hold today, Monday. At the meeting, the federal government and the organized labor will review the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding they signed on subsidy removal palliative. In a statement titled Urgent Action to Stabilize the Naira Amidst Alarming Depreciation, the Nigeria Labour Congress president said repercussions of the weakened currency would be felt by workers and the masses, while the investors and exporters window has been relatively stable at around 770 to 780 per dollar. The parallel market, where most individuals and businesses get their forex from, traded at over 1,000 naira per dollar. The naira depreciation in the parallel market has been attributed to an increased forex demand that does not equate to supply from the Central Bank of Nigeria. And this decline has further led to manufacturers struggling to get raw materials, with more companies planning to sack more workers or shut down. With the declining naira value, manufacturers are faced with cutting production jobs and raw materials imports. Now, Nigeria Labour Congress blames politicians. In the statement signed by the president of Nigeria Labour Congress, he said that public officials must stop their penchant for foreign goods to check the depreciation of the naira. Besides the statement he issued, the Labour leader also addressed a press conference in Abuja on Sunday. At the press conference, Ajaero disclosed that the union had been invited to the State House by the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, on the implementation of the resolution on subsidy removal palliatives. He said hopefully they will meet today with the federal government to see whether the agreement with organized labor on the fuel subsidy removal palliative was met or not. If that meeting is to be held, it will be without the Minister of Labour and Employment, Simeon Lalong, because they will not be part of any meeting with the federal government that the Minister of Labour and Employment will attend. Now, Labour Party has 1 ministers. You can recall that the decision they had on the National Union of Road Transport Workers was that all parties, including the police, should leave the premises pending the resolution of the dispute, but that did not happen. Therefore, the leader has vowed that any meeting they will have with the federal government, the Minister of Labour and Employment will not be part of it. The Nigerian Labour Congress had earlier accused Lalong of giving support to a faction of the National Union of Road Transport Workers and encouraging them to conduct their own delegates conference, both zonally and nationally, in a bid to confer legitimacy on the group. Based on the allegation, Ajaero said that the union believed that any meeting with the minister would be a waste of time, since he appears not to be in control of issues as far labor relations are concerned. So, confirming today's proposal meeting, the National Vice President of Nigeria Labour Congress, Adewale Adeyanju, said the organized labor would inform Nigerians about the outcome of the parley because they think that the government knows what to do, because they signed a communique with the government. So the communique is binding on the two parties. So whatever the outcome is, we will hear from them to know the next action. Moreover, they are meeting today, after which they will know the next point of action. So for now, he said he cannot preempt his leader. So let them see what today will look like. Also, the Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress, Mr. Toro Nuhu, said the organized labor would be meeting with the federal government to roll out an assessment on what has been achieved and what is left. The organized labor would deliberate with the federal government on the demands yet to be achieved. In a statement on the forest crisis, the Nigeria Labour Congress recommended various ways in which the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led federal government could rescue the naira. The Nigeria Labour Congress urged the government to deliberately protect the naira by purchasing locally manufactured goods such as public vehicles for government officials. He also urged the public officials to remain patriotic and refrain from the purchase of foreign products. The Congress noted Nigeria is fortunately currently blessed with local producers in certain sectors whose brand meets international standards and can therefore meet the demands of certain products for the public service in the country. They are surprised that rather than patronizing this brand, their public officials insist on the use of foreign products yet, and they want the value of naira to remain robust in the foreign exchange markets. The simple maxim is that you cannot have your cake and eat it. It's either we put our food where our mouth is, or we end up destroying our economy with our own hands. This action of our public officials, the market, and they are the one of the most dangerous factors sounding the death knell of the local currency. They are therefore calling on all Nigeria's public officials to be more patriotic in their choices and favor local manufactured goods. Ajero emphasized that every cent spent on buying foreign-made goods created jobs outside the country to the detriment of the local labor market and put pressure on the naira. And every cent spent on purchasing local manufacturers' goods creates jobs in Nigeria and increases employment. It elevates income, reduces poverty, and much more reduces the pressure on the national currency as it encourages local manufacturers to increase production, raise their standard, and create better chances for exports. Now, the Nigeria Labour Congress hereby calls up the custodian of our economy to recognize the gravity of the situation and take immediate and decisive action to halt this uncontrolled depreciation of the naira. They employ the monetary authorities to implement effective measures to safeguard the naira, stabilize the economy, and secure the future of our beloved nation. All the nations of the world take pride in protecting their domestic currencies from all manner of threats, but the reverse seems to be the case in Nigeria. It is only an economy with a vibrant and robust domestic manufacturing capacity that is export-oriented that we respond quickly and effectively to a free-falling local currency, not one like ours that is steeply bogged down by supply inertia and unable to meet domestic demands competitively, thoughtless of responding positively and taking advantage of the falling naira. Now, the labor union have vowed to take actions if the federal government fails to urgently address the crisis. So guys, do let us know your thoughts, your opinion, your contributions are in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page yet, please do us a favor to subscribe and also the notification bell to get notified when next we drop our video. Once again, thank you all so much for staying tuned with us. We really do appreciate. On this note, we have come to the end of the day segment. Till I come your way next, stay safe guys. Bye.